students, welcome to Dr. Deepa Dake's NEET Biology, and in today's session we continue with the class 11 cell, the unit of life chapter, and in this chapter now we come towards the structure of eukaryotic cell. In last session we already discussed about the prokaryotic cell structure. वहाँ पे gram negative cell wall portion, basically when you go for prokaryote, so gram negative and gram positive two terms we are not explaining or studied in last session, because that portion we study when we come towards the cell wall. So eukaryotic cell में याद रखिए, eukaryotic cell when we study, so eukaryote का meaning आपको अब clear हो चुका है सभी students को. And in eukaryotic cell, one by one we discuss all the component of the cell. So in today's session we mainly discuss about the structure of cell membrane or plasma membrane. When we come towards the cell wall in next sessions, then we study about the structure of cell wall in plant, in fungi, as well as cell wall composition, which we already completed. But how the gram negative and gram positive bacteria are different, that we study in our session of the cell wall. So let's begin with today's session, that is the plasma membrane. Now as you all are knowing what is plasma membrane, so plasma membrane, you remember mostly the plasma membrane is also called as cell membrane. So plasma membrane, you remember it is the outermost covering of the cell. When we use the outermost protective covering, that means you remember we mainly use for the animal cell, because in plant cell this plasma membrane or cell membrane, you remember, protected by the cell wall. So one of the protective covering is present around the cytoplasm of the cell, that is called as plasma membrane. When we study, so function wise you can say the plasma membrane is protective covering of the cell or cell cytoplasm. Secondly, what is the nature of plasma membrane? Chemical composition of plasma membrane, if question is asked. So for chemical composition, you remember plasma membrane is lipoproteinaceous membrane. So this part you remember, it is consist of bilayer of lipid and protein. Therefore it is called as lipoproteinaceous membrane. One thing. Secondly, the most important questions regarding the arrangement of protein and lipid is asking. So here you remember the arrangement of protein and lipid in the form of protein, lipid, lipid, protein. So PLLP, as it is asked in questions. So PLLP is arrangement of molecules of protein and lipids. Now if we discuss about the thickness, because the various models are proposed to explain the structure of plasma membrane, and according to one of the model, that is the Robertson model or unit membrane model हम study करते हैं. According to that model, it is proved and stated that the thickness of plasma membrane, so thickness universally you remember, the thickness of plasma membrane it's 75 angstrom. This is a universal thickness. This part you remember. Secondly, if you go through the NCERT, so is it clearly mentioned that after the invention of electron microscope in 1950, we came to know the exact and detailed structure of plasma membrane, and whatever knowledge of the structure of plasma membrane we are having, that mainly associate with erythrocyte or human blood corpuscles. RBC you remember. So whatever we study about the structure of plasma membrane, that predominantly we study about the human erythrocyte or human RBC, so that you also remember. Now when we come towards the plasma membrane, so nature wise also you remember, the plasma membranes are selective permeable or differentially permeable membrane. So membrane is selective permeable membrane. This part you remember. What is selective permeable membrane? That we study when we study about the different types of membranes. Now here when we come, so plasma membrane you remember when we study. So here we study about first the structure of plasma membrane. To explain the structure of plasma membrane, you remember the different scientists provide their different views, and among these different views, the three most important views are, the first is unit membrane model. When we study about a unit membrane model, so you remember this model was proposed by Robertson. That's why the model is also called as Robertson unit membrane model. According to this model, the thickness of plasma membrane is like a unit, that is 75 angstrom, and this thickness is universally same in all the cells, whether the cell is prokaryotic or the cell is eukaryotic. In eukaryote also, though the cell belongs to plant, fungi, animalia, every time the thickness of the plasma membrane is 75 angstrom. And according to this model when you study, so here you remember the proteins show 20 angstrom thickness, whereas the bilayer of lipid, you remember, bilayer lipid is of 35 angstrom. So this part you remember only for the unit membrane model of the Robertson. Robertson also proposed that how the protein and lipids are arranged, but this model mainly failed to explain the transport of molecules across the plasma membrane. That's why this model we only use for the thickness of the membrane. So this part you remember, because in our syllabus of the class 11, fluid mosaic model is only mentioned in NCERT. So we only discuss about the fluid mosaic model in detail. The second model which we study, the second model you remember is called as sandwich model. With the help of this model, the arrangement of lipid and protein actually clear, that how does the protein and lipid layers are arranged in a plasma membrane and in what form protein and lipids are present. So that model is called as sandwich model. Now students, day to day life में आप सभी ने sandwich को use किया है, ठीक है, and some of the students का एक favorite breakfast भी हो सकता है. तो यहाँ पे जब आप सैंडविच यूज करते हैं, so in between the two bread slices, one stuffing is there. So similar kind of model is explained by the scientist. Scientist here you remember, because the scientists are asked generally in the form of match the column. So sandwich model you remember, sandwich model is proposed by Danieli and Davison. This part you remember. And here you remember when you study about the sandwich model. So according to Danieli and Davison, you remember the proteins layer are equivalent to bread slice, and the lipid molecules or lipid bilayer is equivalent to the stuffing. But again, the model is failed to explain the transport of molecule from cell to cell or from the plasma membrane of one cell to another cell. That's why the sandwich model is plays significant role historically, and with the help of this sandwich model, the next scientists follow the arrangement of proteins and lipid. Secondly, when we use the term protein and lipid in case of plasma membrane, so one thing you remember, lipid is present in the form of phospholipid and proteins are majorly present in the form of glycoproteins. So this part you remember. Now we come towards our third model, that is one of the most accepted model to explain the structure of cell membrane. That model you remember is called as fluid mosaic model. So now we discuss about the fluid mosaic model. This model you remember, this model is widely accepted model, and secondly the model was proposed by Singer and Nicholson in 1972. So most widely accepted and most widely proposed model for the structure of plasma membrane if question. So you remember fluid and mosaic model, and who proposed? So Singer and Nicholson, as well as here also you remember. Secondly, the word fluid and mosaic when we use, so fluid you remember, the fluid term is used for the lipid bilayer, whereas the mosaic term is used for the protein molecule. So here you remember one major reason behind the success of the model and wide acceptance of the model is that the scientist states that the proteins are present in the form of molecule instead of a layer, whereas in previous two model, that is in unit membrane model and as you appear here, the sandwich model state that the proteins are also present in the form of external and internal layers. So now with the help of diagram we study how the structure of plasma membrane, what is the arrangement of lipid layers, and what are the two different types of protein molecules are present, and how the protein molecules are play significant role in the transport of hydrophilic molecule. Because one thing you clearly remember, the plasma membrane is permeable for the hydrophobic molecule or those molecules which are dissolved in fats or lipids. Those molecules can easily transport it across the plasma membrane, but for hydrophilic component or for such molecule which are dissolved in water, for that membrane is impermeable and it required a special carrier proteins. With the help of these carrier protein, the transport of polar molecule or the transport of hydrophilic molecule is to be take place. So how does it take place, that we will discuss here. So first this much part I think clear. Now when we study about the molecule of lipid. So lipid you remember, each lipid is made up of head and tail. Tail is mainly hydrocarbon chain, long hydrocarbon chain. Head, you remember, head is hydrophilic or polar head and non-polar tail. This you remember for your exam purpose. Secondly, the arrangement also asks the how does the lipid molecules are arranged. So for arrangement of lipid molecule, you remember the heads are oppositely arranged and tails are projected towards each other. So this part you remember, the heads are oppositely arranged and tails whenever present, they are present towards each other. So if you appear the general structure of lipid molecule, so this is the head of the lipid molecule and single lipid molecule, and this is the tail. And when we draw the structure, or if you appear the structure of plasma membrane in NCERT, so the heads, the number of heads are, this is the one layer of lipid, just quite rough diagram I draw here, not exact, and this is the second layer of lipid. So this is the arrangement of lipid molecules in its bilayer, that the tails are present towards each other, whereas the heads are presented or projected opposite to each other. So now this you remember for the lipid. When we come towards the protein, so protein, simply you remember proteins are present in two forms, extrinsic protein and intrinsic protein. So what are these protein that we will study? Protein, you remember in plasma membrane, protein molecule are present as extrinsic protein. They are also called external protein, or sometimes the term peripheral proteins are used. And the second type of proteins are intrinsic or integral protein, you remember, or commonly simple terms internal protein is also used. If you go through the NCERT, so the proteins which are partially or totally built in or embedded in the lipid layer, those proteins are called as intrinsic or integral protein. So the structure we study, here you remember, this is the bilayer of lipid, and in bilayer of lipid, now you all are knowing about the arrangement of lipid molecule, that how the heads and tails are arranged. And secondly, this arrangement of the lipid molecule mostly ask for the true and false type of questions. So this part you remember here. So this you remember, this is the bilayer of lipid molecule, and outer two lipid molecule, suppose this is your plasma membrane, and if we study this much portion in under the electron microscope, so in this much section you remember, this is the external surface of plasma membrane and this is the internal surface of plasma membrane. So towards external and internal surface, you remember the proteins are present. These proteins you remember called as extrinsic protein. Internal protein, it doesn't mean, or intrinsic protein doesn't mean the proteins which are present towards the internal surface. That is the wrong definition, you remember. Intrinsic protein means the proteins which breaks the continuity of lipid layer, or the protein which present in between the molecules of lipid. Those proteins are generally called as integral protein. And because of these proteins, the channel gate protein आप study करते हैं when you study about the nervous system. So in nervous system we study the sodium and potassium pump. So the sodium gate and potassium gates are open. That means the separate carrier proteins or integral proteins are available in the membrane of neurons. One carrier proteins allow the transport of sodium ions, so they called sodium gate. Others allow the transport of potassium ions, so they called potassium gate. So these are the terms which are used for the integral protein, carrier protein, receptor protein, different terms. All these terms you remember only for the integral protein. So this part you remember. Now how the transport of molecule is take place? Here you see the extrinsic proteins are present towards the external surface as well as internal surface. So you can say these are the outer extrinsic protein and these are the internal extrinsic protein. Here you remember these proteins which you appear, these proteins are commonly called as intrinsic protein. This part you remember, and this is the bilayer of lipid. So here I mentioned that the bilayer of lipid. In introduction of plasma membrane we study the thickness of both the protein. The thickness of protein is 20 angstrom, extrinsic outer and extrinsic inner. Both the layers of the protein show 20 angstrom, whereas the bilayer of lipid, you remember, the bilayer of lipid is of 35 angstrom in thickness, and in this way you remember the membrane show the total thickness of the membrane is 75 angstrom. Now when we come towards the movement of molecule, so here you remember, suppose this is a hydrophobic molecule. I hope you very well know the hydrophobics are generally called as lipophilic. So hydrophobic molecule when enter across the membrane, so it can easily move across the lipid layer because lipids allow the movement of hydrophobic or the molecule which are insoluble in water. They can easily solubilize in organic solvent and they can pass out through the lipid bilayer. But what about those molecules which are hydrophilic, or you can say the molecule which are insoluble in lipid? So for those molecule, इनको आप याद रखें, these are hydrophilic or polar solvent also mentioned sometime. So hydrophilic molecule, you remember, they can pass across the pore diameter of the extrinsic protein, but they cannot be transported across the lipid. Therefore, the integral protein or intrinsic proteins are present, and through these proteins, you remember, the gap or the distance which is present, from that the molecule can pass across the plasma membrane. But when these molecules are transported, so at that time you remember the intrinsic proteins show the special type of movement that is called flip-flop movement. And with the help of flip-flop movement, the molecule hydrophilic or polar molecule, you remember, they can be transported from outer membrane towards the inner cytoplasm or from the inner surface of plasma membrane towards the outer surface of the cell. These intrinsic proteins are also called as transmembrane protein because they are responsible for the movement of these molecules across the plasma membrane. So you can remember the intrinsic proteins show the flip-flop movement as well as they are responsible for the transmembrane protein. When we study about the ion transport, so these proteins are also allow the transport of particular ions, sodium ions, potassium ion, calcium ion, number of transports you study, as well as these ions are also responsible for the faciltate transport. So when we study the faciltate diffusion, so faciltate diffusion also you remember is take place by these molecules or these proteins. So this much you predominantly remember for the structure of plasma membrane, and along with this diagram you remember the extrinsic proteins are present at the outer surface of lipid. Intrinsic proteins or integral protein are partially or completely embedded in the lipid bilayer and they break the continuity of the lipid bilayer. Functions you remember which one is responsible for hydrophobic molecule transport and which layer or molecules are responsible for the transport of hydrophilic molecules. So this much you remember for today's session, that is about the structure of plasma membrane. In next class we study about the functions of plasma membrane, and before the functions we mainly study what are the types of plasma membrane or types of membrane, because the students are having too much confusion or doubts between the two terms, that is a semi-permeable membrane and selective permeable membrane. So first we clear about that, and then we come towards the active transport and passive transport, because the different types of transport systems are there, that some part you study in plant physiology. So over there I skipped when we study about the transport in plant, जब हम लोगों ने study किया था. So in transport in plant that portion I skipped, facilitated diffusion skip किया है उन topics में, symport and antiport को skip किया है, and active and passive transport also skip किया है, because all those transport you remember are the functions of plasma membrane. So now here we in next session study how the plasma membrane play a significant role in passive and active transport, and what are the types of plasma membrane. So stay connected with channel, and if you like the videos so kindly share my videos. New students को subscribe करना है, तो मुझे भी थोड़ा पॉजिटिविटी मिलते रहती है कि मैं जो वर्क कर रही हूँ वो इट्स ओके कि समवॉट बेनिफिशियल है स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. नहीं तो कभी कभी लग रहा है कि अननेसेसरी स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड, बट आई एम डूइंग माई वर्क कि दो एटलीस्ट सम स्टूडेंट 5 स्टूडेंट्स भी अगर बेनिफिट होंगे, सो दैट इज माई मेन गोल फॉर दिस वीडियोस. ठीक है, सो अप टू नेक्स्ट सेशन, स्टे मोटिवेटेड, स्टे ब्लेस्ड, वर्क हार्ड एंड वर्क ऑनेस्टली.